All right, Coach, do you have an opening statement, or do you want to just open up to questions?
Yeah, I'll get up with. I'll say, hey, head is bloody but unbound, and it's been a tough day today. Last 3 weeks have been tough. Plagued with some injuries, and this is who we are right now. We're trying to find our identity, trying to find ways to make plays. And that was my biggest thing, is that we didn't make plays. We didn't make the plays necessary to change any momentum during the course of the game. And I got to do a better job of coaching. Got to encourage our guys to put them in positions to make the plays, to make it happen. And maybe it's something I have to look at in terms of simplifying things and put a stretch the next 3 weeks together that we can really build off of going into the off season. It's disappointing. We have to get over the emotional side and understand this is a part of the process. We got to search for the growth in it. We have to lean into this and really take ownership of it and find a way to get better. We got to find a way. The answers are there. We just got to find it. And now I'll open it up for questions.
Coach Michael with the Toledo Blade. Obviously, Drew back for the first time in a month. I guess, was he 100% entering this game, and just obviously kind of struggles with offense?
He's getting. I don't think he's 100%. He's dealing with an injury that, unfortunately, he's not going to be 100% for probably the rest of the year. And that's where he is. You kind of saw that he didn't have the confidence in his ankle. And he didn't have the confidence to go out and make the necessary reads and climb the pocket. And he's been out for a month, and that's tough. That's tough. A tough sledding, especially against a unit like that gets after the passer. So it was hard. We're very thin at that position, and it made life tough for us today offensively.
Late in the second quarter, a lost fumble leads to a touchdown for Buffalo. And then early in the third, Drew misses the Brennan downfield, and then they return the punt. Just how tough was just that sequence?
The whole sequence?
Yeah.
Oh, it was really hard. That was a tough pill to swallow. We're down 14. Our defense finally settled down. My plan was to run the clock out and get to halftime knowing that we were going to come out and get the ball first. The game was still within reach, and unfortunately, you put the ball on the ground, and that leads to another touchdown. So, you're already your emotions are already stable, but then they're like, okay, you got to come back and try to find a way. Then you give up, come out of halftime, you get the ball first. We kind of knew what the play was, didn't execute the play appropriately. And then you turn around and give up the touchdown on the punt return. And with that and trying to get momentum and confidence, you got to fight through it. I wasn't going to stop coaching them hard. I was going to continue to tell them to make plays, to find a way to handle hard better. And here's an opportunity to handle hard better. So I know what we have to do. Going the last three games of the year, we're going to make it the best, put our best foot forward, play guys that are healthy, and guys that are hungry to play. And we're going to find a way. We're going to continue to cultivate and build this culture.
Kevin, Falcon Sports Radio Network. Did you see any kind of improvement from the O-line as time went on? Of course, he had a couple guys out, too, with Padgett and Burns.
Yeah, Padgett and Burns out. I felt comfortable with Tunde at center and the lineup that we did have going in. I felt like, our matchup against their front four, especially in the inside, we had the advantage. But those guys had to settle in, and I think they did a decent job of that. And I have to go back and truly, honestly assess the film to give you a detailed answer in terms of what happened up front. There was some missed blocks, some missed opportunities there. You almost have to accept that and expect it because the guys haven't been playing that position or been in that position for pretty much most of the year. So you throw all that in the mix, and it didn't spell for a recipe for success. So we just we got to do better.
Hunter had a lot of energy too, kind of leading the way at the QB position. Did you see any positives as that fourth quarter went along with him manning the offense there?
Well, I kind of saw in Hunter last week when he came in for the 4 or 5 plays that he played. He showed some energy. He showed confidence. The ball was coming out. The fact that we got the ball off was good, and we could see that he can make a couple throws. So we're going to have to assess the quarterback position this week, see where Drew is health-wise. Lucian hopefully will be back this week, so we'll get some health there. So we have an opportunity to see him a bit, and we got to devise a game plan again to put Hunter in a position where he can operate the offense effectively, and just to get some momentum. I mean, listen, we didn't create enough plays to have a spark. I don't think in any phase. I think we had the interception, but it's unusual for our special forces to give up a touchdown, or not make a play in terms of punting and flipping the field. We just did not make enough splash plays, and that's something that we harped on, and something I'm going to continue to harp on. I got to find playmakers. I got to find guys that are going to make plays. I mean, our job is to put them in position to be successful, but then you have to be the painter in terms of you got to make magic happen. You got to make somebody miss. You got to get yards after a catch. You got to make the throw. You got to make a contested pass when you're going up against a defensive back, or the defensive back has got to make the play on the receiver. Intercept the ball. Knock it down. I mean, those are the opportunities, and that was harped on. We knew what we were getting. We were going to get single coverage from their defense. We're going to see 8-man fronts. And you got to win on the outside. And a lot of that didn't happen. On the defensive side was the same thing. We knew they were a great passing football team. The quarterbacks, that was one of the best deep balls I've seen in this conference. He reminds me of Jeff Blake. And we didn't do that. So we knew it was coming. We didn't make the plays, and we got to get better. We've got to coach him better. I got to recruit better. And this is where we are. We're going to continue to get through this emotional side, the discouragement and disappointment, and understand, hey, this is where we are. We can't stay here. We have to navigate through this, and that's the key word, navigate, because we can't afford to stay here and despair and just accept it. We're going to get better. And I told him, I said, listen, if you're having trouble finding a way, just watch us, watch me, watch our coaches, watch how we navigate through it, because we're going to get through this. And we're going to get better.
Kevin Hutchinson, Falcon Media Sports Network. Coach, second time in 3 weeks that the offense wasn't able to find the end zone. What do you just think needs to be adjusted? Is it play calling or execution, or what do you think is the main thing that needs to be adjusted in order to just change the way the offense is operating?
All the above. I think we have to look at it all. It's our philosophy could be our play calling. It could be the fact that we're not making the plays when we're in there, when they have the opportunity. We're finding guys that can make plays. So that's kind of it. I mean, it's been tough when you have gone through 4 different quarterbacks in the past month, and to find stability there. That's the number one thing. We got to find a quarterback that can make the plays for us, to make it happen, somebody that's healthy enough to do it. So that's been the biggest challenge of it all. It all begins and starts there. And then once we can get stable there, we can build around that.
Aiden Brook, Falcon Media Sports Network. The motto of the team right now is guts. With that being said, how is that mentality going to be instilled for the next practices before you guys go to Ypsilanti next week?
It's already been there. It's been guts the entire season. And now it's tested. We're going to find out who has the guts, the gumption, the initiative to show back up to work regardless of where we are, what our record looks like. Who has the understanding that, okay, we're not as good as we need to be. And what are we going to do about it? How are we going to take ownership? We get up in front of the class every single morning and we talk about what we're committed to, being commitment to staying together, being positive. Well, here it is right now. How do we stay positive and not get discouraged or disappointed. Or the big thing is have division. You know, we gotta help each other and encourage one another through this, and that includes staff, that includes everybody. And we'll get through it. You know, we just got to get through this emotional side, accept it for what it is, look at the cold hard facts of where we are and who we are, and build around that. Find our strengths and say, hey, you know what? This is who we're going to be this from this point on, philosophically speaking. We are playing hard. We are doing those things, but we have to find more playmakers when it comes to that. Okay?
Any more questions?
All right.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. All right.
Jaron, obviously, just tough day again offensively for you guys. I mean, just how challenging has it been with all the injuries to the quarterback position, and I guess just as a unit between wide receivers and everyone, like what needs to happen offensively to really try to generate some momentum?
We just need to continue to stay positive and continue to get better every week. And injuries happen; it's a part of the game. But I mean, we just have to continue to motivate whatever guy goes in, or whoever. Unfortunately, whoever goes down, we just have to continue to motivate and stay positive towards the guy who's coming in for whoever it is that got injured. And
how do you just, through this tough stretch, since the Toledo game, 3 straight losses for you guys, like how do you, with still a decent amount to play for the rest of the season, like how do you guys just try to bounce back, stay positive through all this?
Like I always say, as long as we have another opportunity, that's all that matters. We have another opportunity next week to go out there and correct our mistakes against Eastern Michigan, and just finishing the season strong is just the biggest thing, and just correcting the little things on offense and just finding ways to put ourselves in a great position to be successful.
Jiron, in order to make a bowl game, you guys do have to win out with those last 3 games, trying to get to 500. Just what is your guys' mentality just going into this final stretch when it comes to, finding that identity and just what do you guys want to focus on in that final stretch?
We just want to focus on doing the little things correctly, just taking it one game at a time, one play at a time, and not trying to be the hero or anything, just everybody doing their job. They're 111, and the rest will take care of itself.
Any more questions for Jiron? All right. Thanks, Jiron.
Yes, sir.
Gideon, obviously another tough day for the offense. Like, how do you just as a defense, like how do you guys have been playing well, like how do you just try to stay positive and keep at it when the offense is struggling like this?
Yeah, we just got to be better. I mean, we didn't start hot ourselves. I mean, we gave up a 60-yard touchdown run, and it was my fault on the play. So we just got to be better overall so we can help them. We know they're deep with injuries right now, and we just haven't done enough to help them.
What's just been the biggest, challenge during this 3-game stretch since the Toledo game? Some tough losses there, obviously last week as well. Just what do you guys need to do just to kind of dig out of this hole?
Yeah, so for me personally at least, like I try to just look back, like I've dreamt of playing at this level for a long time. I've just got to enjoy it week to week, and I'm sure a lot of guys on the team feel like that. But just trying to encourage positivity because it's tough losing. None of us came here to lose, but. You just got to keep trying to have fun.
Just late in the second quarter, the lost fumble leads to a touchdown, and then early in the third quarter, they get a punt return for a touchdown early on. Just kind of how tough was that little sequence where you guys are still kind of in it, and then all of a sudden the lead doubles there like that? Yeah,
it's really tough. But we just got to do our jobs when we get out there, and we got to make a game-changing play, and we just really didn't as a defense,
Gideon, now with 3 games left, the margin of error is to make a bowl game is very slim. You have to win out these last 3 games. Just what do you think about just the resilience of this team and the mentality of this team? Just what are you guys focused on when it comes to finishing this season on a better note?
Yeah, so we just got to dig deep into the culture. All the entire offseason, we've been talking about November football, and we still have 3 chances left to play in November. And the goal is a bowl game. We want to win a bowl game, finish, I think it'd be 7-6, have a winning season. It'd be a great start for, Coach George's career and just all the work that we've put in this entire year. So we just got to keep showing up every day.
Gideon, Aiden Brook, Falcon Media Sports Network. The stat sheet for you says it all. I mean, the solo tackles and the assisted tackles, it seems like every defensive play, you're there making a play. With that being said, what do you see on every defensive snap for you that opens up the realm of possibilities for your success?
Yeah, so the biggest thing is just everyone doing their jobs, because if everyone's doing their jobs, our defense is designed for my position to make tackles. And, everyone's played good defense. I'm pretty proud of everyone out there. We do have to be better overall, but just trying to do our jobs. And by doing our jobs, the tackles and all that stuff comes with it.
Any more questions? All right.
Thank you, guys.
Gideon.